The show Randy and I recorded last Wednesday was posted on Saturday. It was fairly packed with information, largely not of a positive nature, exposing criminality or game players really is. It's not really that productive, although it can be in the long term. But it was a show that was necessary, and it has been a long time coming. The sad thing is that Randy and I outed many of these clowns 2, 3, 4 and 5 years ago, and in Randy's case even more years ago, and we've had to sit back and wait for the rest to catch on to what's been going on here. Both of us have received no end of flack and abuse for stating the truth, and people in the alt media and listeners or followers alike. Now, many will stick with their so-called favourites because they've invested so much time into it, and they feel it reflects badly on them if they admit they've followed the wrong one. But why are people so hard on themselves? Why is it a reflection of you if someone else has lied or distorted the facts? It's not. They're the ones in the wrong. It's not your fault. We've all followed bullshit all through our lives, and not just in the alt media either. But it only becomes your fault if you are made aware of it and the facts are all there for people to see with an open mind. Then you are promoting a fake program or agenda. Then it becomes an issue. And after that show, it now becomes their responsibility to act and boycott those shows. Why listen to people spouting crap? Why bother? If people don't believe in me, why is Bubba and his clowns all listening? It doesn't make any sense. But essentially that show was the line in the sand for the old alt media. It was the line in the sand. Over time people will see that. It's riddled with agents, faction-based shows, programs, project people, covens and sellouts, where the truth goes right out of the window when requiring a fame status or some self-serving money engineering programs. It was all laid out. Now, although many names were revealed in that show, there was others missed as the flow of the show undulated from one theatre to another. The depth of the distraction and distortion is both staggering and also uncomfortable, I would imagine, for many of the listeners. Case of how many are left. And I did warn of this on the very first time I went on OIM. Alan didn't believe me, he would admit that. He sees it for himself now. As one by one of the most prominent headline people were all exposed and laid bare. And it's a case of cause and effect. You heard the effect of it. But the cause lies in think tank groups, secret societies and also Langley. They are the cause of it. Their cause is to fight to keep humanity dumbed down and stupid, oblivious to what's real and what's not, and pushed out to people who don't trust themselves and yet blindly trust others as an easy way out from doing their own work, which we will cover later. Their whole cause is to keep us under their control. But that control is all but an illusion now. And it's another one of their hidden games and programs that's been unearthed and brought into the light, and subsequently it's crashing around them. And it's happening on many levels now, and tangible proof is being garnered in some way, even though by people who don't easily see. Now, when you analyse it, is that show we did rather sad? Absolutely it is. It's sad. You know, the fear and the cowardice of clowns knows no bounds when it comes to stopping the people developing. They have to control us, they feel. Why? Well, anyone who needs or desires to control others does so out of fear. You see, they are terrified of us, and yet the majority can't see it. Why do you think they're blocking the funds to the people? They're terrified that we're going to run it better than them. Well, we know we're going to run it better than them, and we won't need them. They operate on a low level vibrational thinking, to which many of us copied. No more we're not. Enough of that shit. We're here to blossom and progress, not stagnate in their slavery suits, which they created for us all. But their time's up. Our time is upon us and requires the participation of all of us. And this is why Randy and I, at the end, extended the olive branch to all that were named and others who didn't. You all know full well who you are. Step out of the programs. Step out of your paid non-disclosure jobs. Because they're not disclosing anything. Particularly Wilcock and Good. What have they disclosed in 5 years? Nothing. And we've asked them to come forward, do a show with Randy, or I, or both of us. Tell the public and the listeners what is real, what is going on, and then let's all go forward together. People make mistakes. They've made mistakes. Some of it was not deliberate. They kind of got roped into it or weren't aware. Some of them weren't. They were the ones that really got highlighted in that show. They were running a bad program. And they have a lot to answer for. I read a rather detailed report on Zero Hedge this week. Not from Tyler Durden this time. He writes many good analytical articles, and I like his style and the way he covers things. But this piece kind of went into the details of certain characters connected to or part of Q, which then involves certain ones of them admitting they were in it and then backtracking and denying it. Now it seems there is more than one Q, which kind of makes sense, but it is suggestive of the shifting and change in style which has been noted from around 12 months ago. And it seems Team Q are plagued with the same as every other group. We've witnessed it enough in our own group. As egos go awry, love and light is replaced by service to self and hate. And it's an all too common theme amongst all walks of life, never mind the old media. And the Q team is kind of collapsing. Now, the propensity to be the I and not the we is all too prevalent. And questions or comments stacked with I and me gives it away to others. But it's rarely recognised by the self, and this is what the shadow and inner work is all about. Analysing you and why you're involved in this, the reason, and not the lie. You know, what happens to Q remains to be seen. Who it is, it doesn't make any difference who it is. What only makes the difference is if they do what they promise to do. That's the key. We'll be back shortly.